viewers, welcome back to the Fellow YouTube channel. I'm Emily. Today, I'm not going to lie to you, we've got a bit of a tough topic to discuss, but I promise it's empowering nonetheless, giving constructive feedback to your coworkers. It's natural to feel a bit nervous about it, but did you know that your coworkers actually want your feedback? Yes, they do. According to a Forbes article, nearly 2/3 of employees desire more feedback, and a whopping 92% agree that when delivered appropriately, negative feedback is effective in improving performance. In today's video, we'll show you how to give feedback in a way that not only benefits your colleagues, but also boosts your role as a standout team member and leader. Let's dive into our first tip. Practice, practice, practice. Successful feedback conversations start with proper preparation. Before approaching your colleague to deliver feedback, take the time to plan out the conversation. What feedback do you want to deliver? How do you want to deliver it? What examples can you provide to help them understand your feedback? One commonly used method to plan how to give feedback is called the SBI Model, where you write down the situation, behavior, and impact. Actually, one of our favorite management authors here at Fellow, Lara Hogan, has a similar method, which she calls the feedback equation. Lara's feedback equation is super simple. 1. Share an observation. 2. Describe the impact. And 3. End with a request. By the way, you can totally listen to Lara's advice on career growth on episode 9 of the Super Managers podcast. I'll put the link in the description. Okay, now on the topic of planning how to deliver your constructive criticism, Fellow is an excellent platform for documenting and planning your feedback. We recommend writing your feedback as a talking point in your upcoming one-on-one with a colleague and sharing the agenda in advance. That way they have time to prepare and aren't surprised by the feedback conversation. Practicing what you're going to say is key. If possible, ask a trusted colleague, like your manager, to listen and offer insights on your delivery. If you're delivering challenging feedback, have a plan in place for what to do if the conversation takes an unexpected turn. Remember, the more you plan and practice, the better you'll be at delivering effective feedback. Okay, on to tip number 2, meet face to face. Trust me, I know the temptation to use asynchronous channels like email or Slack to avoid the discomfort can be real, but it's essential to push through and resist that urge. It's so easy for things to get lost in translation over asynchronous communication, and your tone might be misinterpreted. If you and your colleague are in the same office, set a time to meet in person. For remote coworkers, consider scheduling a video conference with a Fellow meeting agenda side by side to deliver feedback face to face. This is by far the most effective way to make sure that your message is understood. On to our third tip, don't make it personal. Feedback isn't about sharing your opinions. It's about providing fact-based observations on job performance in an honest, straightforward way. So avoid pointing fingers or making generalizations. Here's a real-life example. If you have a colleague who consistently misses project deadlines, avoid saying, "You're so irresponsible," or "You keep dropping the ball on these project deadlines." Instead, just keep it factual. For example, I noticed that deadlines A, B, and C were missed on dates X, Y, and Z. How can we work together to ensure this doesn't happen moving forward? By staying objective and avoiding personal attacks, you create a foundation for a more constructive conversation. Okay, tip number 4, back up your feedback with examples. The more objective you make your feedback, the easier it will be for your coworker to receive it. Share concrete examples of their areas for improvement and how they directly impacted you and your work. This shows you care about their growth and will help them be more open to making changes. For instance, if a colleague's work is filled with errors, instead of saying, "Your work is riddled with mistakes," try saying instead, "In Article A, there were 10 typos. In Article B, there were several run-on sentences. And in Article C, the conclusion was missing." See how much better that sounds? This approach not only provides indisputable examples, but also shows your commitment to their improvement. By the way, Fellow allows you to attach documents, screenshots, or even links to specific examples, making it super easy to provide concrete evidence for your feedback. Okay, finally, let's talk about our last tip. Don't reserve feedback for criticism. A key to making your coworkers receptive to your feedback is delivering just as much positive feedback as criticism. Fellow also has a feature for recognition and positive feedback. If you see a colleague going above and beyond, use Fellow to give them a shout out. Acknowledging and appreciating their efforts can strengthen your team's bonds and create a positive atmosphere. So there you have it. These tips will help you deliver feedback effectively and maintain strong relationships with your coworkers. Remember, feedback is a powerful tool for growth and improvement, and by mastering these techniques, you'll become an invaluable asset to your team. That's all for today, folks. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more exciting content, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss a thing. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video. Keep shining, keep growing, and keep being awesome.